What's up, everybody? JP here, running solo tonight. Um, Joe had some health issues going on. I was gonna look for some co-hosts, and I asked a couple people, and they were tied up. So you do get just me tonight. Lucky you. Adjusting my microphone here so y'all can see without with me here. You don't get technical difficulties when it's just me, so y'all see who the fucking problem is. The one who doesn't know how to do anything. But I figured I'll run down Summerslam. I know Bobby D's at the game right now. The Patriots are taking the field as we speak. So Bobby, I hope you're having fun, man. I hope the Pats get the win. It's 7:30. I started a little late tonight. Just had some stuff going on at the house, so I apologize for that. We're only going to run a few minutes. We're going to run probably about a half hour tonight. I'll wrap up about 8 o'clock so I can get this edited and out. But we'll run through SmackDown. I wanted to talk about Max. Blinking on his name. Max Caster, AEW. Where it is, they suspended him for a couple of weeks, possibly a couple of months. For the rap that he put out, I heard it, and I didn't think it was all that bad. He got a little bit of feedback because he, I think he shit on Belay, the Olympic gymnast. But listen, like back in the day, old school WWE, if you drew heat like that, you would have got a bonus. So, I mean, what do y'all want to be? Do y'all want to be a politically correct company, AEW? Or do you guys want to be a wrestling company, like old school, like you guys pitch? Where is it at, man? Because put that dude on the mic every time. He doesn't have to say anything like that every time. Give him a little leeway every couple of months and let him say something just to keep it in the news, because like what he just did for you guys was better than what any of the matches on that show did as far as putting the AEW name out there. And that's what it's all about. So he did his job. And that's where it's at. Now, as far as SummerSlam, I got the card up here. And it's going to be a good one. It's in 2 weeks, but next week we have Jerry Thornton coming on from, you might know him from Barstool Sports. He's one of their bloggers and one of their podcasters. So we're going to have him come on and we're going to talk sports. We're going to talk wrestling. I think he's more of an 80s wrestling guy, and that's a drink if anyone's paying attention. I don't know if anyone's here. Well, we got some people here. What's up, Tommy Flynn? I saw you retweet that. I got to add you to the wheel, buddy. And your shirts will be here on time for UFO, so you and Bobby D will have your shirts at the UFO show. What's going on, Tommy? How's everything going, buddy? But SummerSlam, yeah, so we're going to talk SummerSlam this week. I always start from the bottom up. Sheamus versus Damian Priest, singles match for the WWE US Champ. I think, now I wouldn't be upset if Damian Priest won the US title. I think that's a good title for him. That being said, I predict Sheamus wins, but I would not be mad either way. Edge versus Seth Rollins. I think that should be Seth all day. Edge is, Edge is past his prime. Edge is, but he's a great guy at putting these guys over and making them look like $1 million. Basically, an old school jobber, without being an old school jobber. Bianca Belair, the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, versus Boston's own Sasha Banks. And that's what we're talking, Tommy. We are talking SummerSlam. I'm ready too, buddy. I wish it was here. It was supposed to be here last year, and we got screwed. So, Tommy, you got those old school Sasha Banks glasses on now. Those are what my boy Anthony Green used to wear too for a little while. He'd come out in something like that when he was all good Anthony Green. And I think on this one, again, another one that could really go either way. I like to see the titles mean something. I like to see long title reigns. So I'm going to say Bianca Belair. The Usos versus the Mysterios. Jay and Jimmy versus Ray and Dominic Mysterio tag team match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The current champs, Jimmy and Jay Uso. You know what? I think everybody expects Jimmy and Jay on this one. I think Jimmy and Jay should be the favorites on this one. I think Dominic should make Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio the underdogs. Man, the Usos versus the Mysterios. You know, you got one veteran and one rookie versus two guys who are now veterans, who are now like super over with everything they do. They're related to the head of the table. Oh, but you got one team that never gets in trouble and one team that always seems to have one person in trouble in real life. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. I think they're going to put the tag champs on somebody that's going to be around for a long time and someone that's not going to go anywhere. Someone that's not going to, they don't have to worry about somebody getting locked up or doing 30 days or anything like that. And I'm going to predict the Mysterios beat Jimmy and Jay Uso. You heard it here first. I said it here. That's it. I want to talk about something else. I don't know what I want to talk about. I mean, I'm watching the Patriots. It looks like Mac Jones is getting the start tonight, which is awesome. Any football fans out there? Tom, are you a Patriots fan? I know your boy Bobby's out there today. And I'm looking at this now, and the Patriots are not favored to win anything this season. But I think they're going to do it. I think Mac Jones is going to come in somewhere around halfway through as the starter. And I think that they're going to go into the playoffs. And I don't know how deep they'll make it, but just making it's going to be better than what they're predicting for them. So that's my prediction there. I don't know what else to get into. I've been watching a lot of Pluto TV independent wrestling with like they show a lot of Beyond and they show Defy Northwest in promotions like that. So you get to see a lot of guys, and it's older shows. So last week I was watching MJF when he was brand new. Sorry about the yawn, gentlemen. And Joe, I am doing great. Thank you. I hope you are as well. I hope everybody out there paying attention. I know we got a few people listening. We got some people liking us already. If everybody could go ahead and like the stream. When we hit 10 likes, I think I'll hit the last 3 predictions on my SummerSlam predictions. How's that? Once we hit 10 likes combined. It's not hard, guys. Just hit that like button. Let's get this going. And let's let me see. I'm not that guy that would do that to you guys, though. We also got Bobby Lashley, who is the champ, the WWE champion, versus Goldberg. I don't think they can put the belt on Goldberg. Like, they want the belt on somebody that can be there. Like, the belt should be an attraction. It doesn't have to be there at every show. But I think the belt should be available every show. And it doesn't make sense. Only way it would make sense is if maybe Heyman turns on Lashley and starts managing Goldberg, and then Heyman's there every week with the belt to represent it in some way or fashion. And then Goldberg comes out for the pay-per-views or, to hype up the pay-per-views. Then the head of the table. Sorry, Lashley's with MVP. The head of the table with Paul Heyman. Whoo. You can't see me. the head of the table with Paul Heyman versus the returning, the guy who everybody hated, but when he came back a couple of weeks ago, got the biggest pop in 2 years. He got the crowd to pop louder than they've popped since 2019. He got the crowd just by stepping out onto the ramp, saluting. And I know my boy Tommy Flynn went crazy for that. And I know for a fact, Tommy, you went nuts for that because I know you're a Cena fan. And he did his thing. He came out, he cut a promo on Roman. The crowd still stayed behind him. Cena is the most over babyface in professional wrestling today. And when this match ends, he'll still be the most over babyface in professional wrestling today. But because Cena got beat, Roman Reigns is going to be the most hated man in professional wrestling today. The head of the table is going to get old school heat out of this. And Paul Heyman is going to lead him to that. Paul Heyman is it going to be able to get the crowd so hot after this match by doing nothing? Maybe hold the belt and cut a promo. Let Cena be dead in the ring. I don't know how it's going to end. I don't know if it's going to end clean. I don't know if it's going to end fair. But it's going to end Roman winning. And then we get the triple threat Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair. Woo! The girl with the most heritage in professional wrestling today. The female with the most, well, I won't say the most heritage, but one of the best lineages in pro wrestling today. Charlotte Flair. Versus probably one of the toughest girls in professional wrestling today, Rhea Ripley. Now, here's the problem. They're fighting a goddamn superhero, Nikki Ash, who is the current champion. The rules are in the current champion's favor. You can't lose the belt by count out, disqualification. But triple threat, she doesn't have to get pinned to lose the belt either. But I think Nikki Ash somehow retains. I don't know who's getting pinned. I don't know if anyone's getting pinned. I don't know how that's going to go down. But I think Nikki Ash is going to retain because she's over with it. Why would they take it off of her right away? They haven't had a chance to sell a whole lot of merchandise with her as the champ. And that's what it's really all about, guys, is the merch. Let's see. Mad Dog, what's going on, buddy? Mad Dog, we already talked about Max Caster. Why don't you tell us what's some of the news this week, Mad Dog? Can you share some of the news? But yeah, that's I think Nikki Ash goes over for the women's champ. Now I do have a wheel to spin. You guys don't want me to spin the wheel yet, though, right? Like, you guys aren't looking forward to me spinning the wheel yet, are you? No, I don't think you guys want me to yet. I'm watching the chat. No one's saying anything. So I'm assuming, no, you guys don't want that yet. And guys, for those who download us, feel free to come in Normally Thursday nights at 7:05. That may change to Tuesdays before too long. Um, but feel free to come in and listen live. Like, we have very interactive chat room. Um, and the cool part is whether you're listening on Facebook, Twitter, um, YouTube, you can come on and you just comment on that post. And then from there we can go ahead and we put it up on the screen for you. Tommy Flynn says JP equals intensity. We're gonna share this. Guys, one of the things I've been doing is I've been staying quiet during the wheel spin. And the reason is because I edit in a song by my buddy Mike Farrell called Wins and Losses by Chaos Theory. And I like the song for this. So I edit the song, and so the silence kind of gives me a little marker. I'm actually, as you guys should be able to see, I am shuffling the names. And throw Tommy Flynn in there because I haven't added him in yet, and I know he did a share earlier. Threw him in a random spot, but I'm going to shuffle up some more. And we have one of the biggest whales this week, 32. Just so you guys know, when this hits 50, I'm going to give away 2 figures. Like, every time this reaches 50, I'm going to give away 2 figures. Because I think I want to keep the odds pretty well for you. So the same 50 names will stay on the wheel. I think when the first one wins, I think I'll remove the first name just so give other people a chance to win. And then we'll spin the wheel again for a second figure that I'll figure out at that point. This figure, this is for, what did I pick this week? Was it the Dusty Rhodes? No, it was a brand new figure. I'm pulling it up right now to see which one I chose. Because I don't remember. But I do think it was the Dusty Rhodes. I want to say, there we go. Yeah. The WWE Elite Series 83 Dusty Rhodes. All you had to do to win was retweet our tweet, guys. You'd have a 1 in 34 chance of winning this very cool figure. And we're spinning that wheel right now. Mad Dog, I'm sure Becky will be there. Probably just a support set, though. Thunderclap Dash. So the third part of this, guys, you got to retweet it. You have to follow us, and you also have to send me a message with your address. Thunderclap Dash. If that is your Twitter username, send me a message with your address, and I get that figure right out to you. All right? That's a cool figure. We'll figure out what to give away next week. It might be something a little different. I don't know yet. Sort of undecided there, but that's I love that figure. And yeah, I'm not sure if she'll be there, but I'm sure if she is, it'll just be to show some support to her husband and her baby father. Now, I got about 10 more minutes in me, guys. So, Tommy, what do you want to talk about? Tell me a match or something that you want to talk about. Do you want to talk about UFO coming up on August 20th? With let's see, we got some good matches for UFO wrestling. And let's see if I can pull them up right now. UFO wrestling in Boston. It's in Malden, Mass. Saturday, August 21st. Sorry, Friday, August 20th. Um, got oh, come on, Pat, you don't give me the names. Joel, current AEW Dark Superstar, formerly known as Robo. You got Dolly Decimo, one of the biggest guys in the New England area right now. The T is silent. UFO mainstay and New England veteran Luscious Latasha. Uh, this is going to be a good card, especially like the comeback card. I wish he Luscious Latasha versus a newcomer to me anyway. I'm not familiar with the girl that she's wrestling, and he doesn't have the names out there, but it's no, Dolly Decimo is in a match for the championship, which has been apparently vacated by Mike McCarthy, which makes me sort of sad. Mike was a great guy, a great champion. But August 20th, the UFO is back. Malden, Mass. Doors open at 7. General admission tickets, $15. If you hit up Pat Dillon on Facebook, I know he has some. He was doing some pre-sale deals with the tickets. It's Big Bang 2021. So this is not only like their comeback show after the pandemic. This is their birthday show, their anniversary show. It's at 177 West Street, Malden, Mass. There's gonna be. I know I'm gonna be there. I'll have a couple of shirts for a few people. Dolly Decimo will challenge for the vacant UFO title. You'll have to prize Alec Price, who, he's been on the show here. We brought him over with us to Vampiro. Kid's the real deal. Kid is incredible. He is the next guy out of New England. I thought so before Robo. I didn't see that coming. And then Robo did his thing. And I'm happy for him. He's a great guy too. AEW Darkstar, Jora Joel, Dolly Decimo, Luscious Latasha, Johnny Moran, who I think is who Dolly Decimo might be fighting for the. Oh no! I see who he's fighting. Johnny Moran, Adina Steele must be Luscious Latasha's opponent, and Mike Skyros, who Mike Skyros has done UFO a couple of times. Very good. He looks like he put some size on recently, and he is who's going up against Dolly Decimo for that vacated title, and that's a gorgeous title. That title is nice. It's going to be a good show. You got, you always get something solid out of UFO, and those who purchase season tickets will be honored for this year. So if you purchased a season ticket last year, that'll be on it this year for this show. And we got there's so much, man. I know there's nothing coming up for New England All-Star Wrestling until September 25th, and I don't know anything on that card right now. But I know if you go to UFO Wrestling, if you happen to be in that Boston area, Malden area, you're going to see me. You're going to see the legendary Tommy Flynn, the legendary Bobby D, because they're in attendance everywhere. Bobby D's usually helping out selling merchandise for Ralph. I'm usually around doing security or trying to hide from having to do security. Tommy Flynn's hanging out front row. It's going to be a fun show. I'm planning on having a couple drinks and enjoying myself a little bit. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. No. I don't know what else is going on this week. Like, I haven't watched Raw. I haven't watched SmackDown. I need to catch up. I will watch SummerSlam. It's gonna be fun. Like SummerSlam's one of the big ones. You can't miss. I've never missed SummerSlam. So to me, it's SummerSlam, Mania, Rumble, and Thanksgiving, Survivor Series. And now you almost throw in a couple of the newer pay-per-views with that. They're not so newer anymore, but like the Hell in a Cell can go in there. And it's gonna be fun, man. I'm looking forward to SummerSlam. I know my boy Marty Vasquez from Boot to the Face is gonna be there in Vegas. I don't know who wants to go to Vegas in August. That's crazy. I thought about it for all of 2 seconds. And Vegas in August just not appetizing to me. Boston in August for WWE. Boston in August. WWE doesn't say August anymore, right? August can't say August anymore. What's up, Anthony? How are you? But guys, I know it's a quick show tonight. I apologize for that. I started late and I'm ending a few minutes early. Like I said, we had something lined up for tonight with Jerry Thornton, but he will be on next week. He's a sports writer, sports blogger, sports podcaster. I believe he's written a couple of books, but he's currently on Barstool Sports, which is where I want to be. Like shit, why isn't the Irish Whip on Barstool Sports? That's going to be a question next week, and we'll see what he says. We'll see what advice he gives, and I'll take whatever advice he gives. But that's the Irish Whip collabing sort of with Barstool Sports. It's a big deal. It's a huge. I'm so excited for this. I'm going to spend a week doing research on this guy, and I'm going to know everything about him, and we're going to have a damn good interview with him. We're probably not going to talk a whole lot of wrestling. He said he knew a lot about the 80s stuff, and he's done some quotes for SI.com with wrestling. But yeah, it's we're going to have some fun. Guys, that's really all I got for this week. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. And to everyone who downloads us, I appreciate that. We will have a full show next week. It'll be a full hour. He's going to be on for about 30 minutes. We'll spin the wheel. We'll talk wrestling for 30 minutes. Joe will probably give some outlandish SummerSlam predictions. And that's about where we're at, guys. Like I did about 30 minutes today, which was what I planned on doing. And I appreciate every one of you guys. Honest to God, from the bottom of my heart. The Irish Whip would happen with no fans. It has before. But it's so cool that we have guys like you, like Joe Salenza, Mad Dog. Like Mad Dog, you have family, man. Same with you, Tommy, Bobby, Joe. You guys are family like at this point. Like, if y'all aren't in the chat room, I'm messaging you guys to see what's wrong. And Tommy, you know that for a fact. I want to see what I did to piss you off. But we might get you mad next week. Next week, we might talk a little bit of football, just to give you a heads up now. But we will still talk wrestling, I promise you. And that's it, guys. Have a great night.